Charlie Kirk's case just took a turn no one saw coming. Explosive evidence, witnesses finally talking, and a media blackout to keep you in the dark. But don't worry, I'm revealing all of these insane updates in today's video. And we're gonna start off with an independent journalist named Diligent Denizen, who's been going all out to expose the truth about what really happened on September 10th. Now, the first thing he points out is probably the biggest hole in the official story. The idea that Tyler Robinson somehow climbed all the way to that roof with a gun strapped to his leg.
Here's the cameras. Let me just say this. I came up these stairs. There's no way I can make it up these stairs like hobble-legged. Like I'm just trying to... There's no way you're bending you're not there's just no way. There's no way you're not bending your leg coming up these stairs. There's no way he had that rifle. There's no way he had that rifle hidden down his pant leg. Physically impossible, okay? There's just no way I could have a 30-06 up my pant leg going up these stairs. That's insane.
Did you see how many stairs lead up there? You're telling me Tyler just hobbled his way up all those steps carrying a rifle, all within a tiny window of time? Yeah. That's not just unlikely, it's practically impossible. So as far as I can tell, the only way that gun could have been up there is if it was already planted on the roof. And it sure wasn't Tyler who did it, because according to the FBI, he only started planning this a week before the shooting.
How long have you been planning this, Robinson? A bit over a week, I believe.
Now, here's where it gets even weirder. Did you notice all those cameras on the stairway? They look fairly new, not like some cheap 1980s security cams, and yet the only photos the FBI released looked like they came from an old VHS tape. And there are even more cameras near the roof entrance, so how come none of them caught Tyler taking out the gun from his pants?
Camera's right there. Saying he took a shot right there.
Now, take a look at this next clip. You can clearly see that the roof is visible from several nearby buildings.
So I'm on top of the Lucy Center, where he supposedly took the shot from. You can see they have it blocked off, and cameras up here. Supposedly he was up there. You guys can see it. So he ran from one side of this building to the other. This is where he would have ran and jumped down over there.
So tell me this, how did no one see Tyler assembling that rifle on the roof? Especially when we know there were people on neighboring rooftops right next to the Losi building.
shooting. There's been a shooting. We heard shots.
It just doesn't add up. Since we're already talking about strange people on rooftops, check this out. Right as Charlie Kirk was shot, a man in a bright green hoodie was standing near his tent in 90-degree heat. Weird enough on its own, but here's the twist. Frame by frame, you can see two men wearing that exact same hoodie. One stays near the tent, the other takes off the moment it happens. And trust me, things only get stranger from here, because Diligent Denizen also retraced the shooter's escape route, and for the first time, we can see exactly where the rifle was supposedly found.
All right, supposedly Tyler Robinson put his foot right there, jumped down, grabbed whatever he dropped, and ran up through there. We're gonna follow his steps. So here we go, retracing the supposed shooter's steps. He walked up over this hill, ran down over here. There's traffic. Pretty busy street. And then supposedly he went down in here. Just see how hidden you are. There's little trails. People cutting through neighborhoods, I'm sure. Yeah. Supposedly left the gun back here. Let's stay off the private property, but so I don't want to go on the private property, but there's a chicken coop. I don't know what that says. It's all brushed in, but supposedly this is where he left the gun, back there behind this chicken coop. Just get a look.
As you can see, it's right next to a busy road. Now, ask yourself, why would Tyler just dump the biggest piece of evidence right there, fully exposed, knowing it'd be almost impossible to retrieve later? According to the authorities, this guy was some kind of master planner, and yet he threw away the gun behind a chicken coop right next to a main road for no reason at all. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. Now, I want you to notice something that Diligent Denizen exposes while showing us the crime scene.
What's up, you guys? Diligent Denizen here. I am at the scene where Charlie Kirk was murdered at UVU. And very solemn, very somber. They have a giant American flag up there, which is, if I can get it, pretty cool. But they have completely redone all of this. You can see it's all blocked off with tape, or with caution tape and grading.
Did you catch it? I'm talking about that crime scene tape still wrapped around the area. You know, the tape that's supposed to make sure no one tampers with evidence. But here's the thing, that tape is still there, yet the evidence itself is gone. Why? Because for some reason, they brought in a contractor to start building right over the crime scene on a Sunday.
What's up, guys? Hey, I just want to share a quick post here. I got a call about a week and a half ago from a couple of maintenance guys from the state of Utah that had been asked to replace, to beautify an area where a brother had been gunned down. It was Sunday. I usually don't work on Sunday, but I needed to be useful. And so I showed up with a couple of my brother, with a couple of other brothers that we all have differing beliefs and differing viewpoints. And together we were useful. It was heavy to work where a brother was gunned down, but we did it. And I've wanted to make a post. I haven't wanted to be controversial. America is founded on people with different beliefs working together. And that's exactly what we did that Sunday and that Monday. And I'm getting some hate online for it. I'm getting some fake reviews. And, the answer to hate is love. And the answer to falsehood is truth.
Think about that for a second. They were in such a rush to cover up the area that they didn't even wait for a full investigation to finish. And not one reporter, not a single outlet, has confronted Governor Cox about this. No one's asking him why they were so desperate to renovate an active crime scene.
Let's see what are they doing, because I see a lot of construction smoke going on. Oh no, they are constructing. They are taking out the whole platform where he was sitting, and they are constructing a new one, as you can see. So that's what the change is. And guess what? The killer was there and there was a video taken from.
Now, I'm sure you remember the guy who removed the SD cards from the cameras. Watch this next clip closely and you'll see just how suspicious his movements really were that day.
So Charlie gets shot right there in the middle. This dude's standing right where the pots are. He turns around and he runs back this way. In time for them to carry, he's already standing up there waiting with his phone out and doing the selfie video by the time they drag Charlie out of here. That's how fast that happens. There's no fucking way he didn't know. Okay, Charlie Kirk was just shot. There is mayhem, there is chaos, there is people running everywhere. Charlie hasn't even hit the ground yet. He's already running back here. He climbs up that wall. I mean, this wall's almost as tall as I am. Can you see me now?
Yep. We can see you now.
Yeah, so I was showing you a picture, okay? How much of a pain in the ass. He climbed up right here and then threw that loose rock, and just so he could get this vantage point, right? It's make it make sense. And he does the weirdest selfie video. Oh, they shot Charlie.
They just shot Charlie. He's dead. God help him.
And honestly, no wonder he was so worried about Google spying on him.
He said, I don't want to just send the footage over the internet that's behind Charlie's head because I'm worried that Google might hack me.
But here's what doesn't sit right with me. Why pick the shadiest guy to remove such critical evidence? Why not have one of the law enforcement officers do this? Clearly, many of them were on the scene right after the shooting.
That way! Go, guys, move that way! Go! Hey, officer! Officer! Can you mark out with your chief?
It's almost like they wanted to make sure the most important evidence never saw the light of day. Now, Diligent Denizen didn't just stop with UVU, he went even deeper, digging into Tyler Robinson's personal life. And what he uncovered is honestly shocking. For starters, he revealed that no one is allowed to talk to Tyler's neighbors.
So I'm going to the townhomes of Tyler Robinson and Lance Twiggs where they live together, and they have put up all these signs that look pretty new. Can't park here, no trespassing signs, and they lived over there. But I can't go door knocking because that's considered trespassing, even as a member of the press.
Diligent also found that Lance Twiggs, the star witness in this entire case, isn't living with his family anymore.
I got no answer at the home of Lance Twiggs' family, and his car does not appear to be in the driveway.
So where is he? Because you have to remember, everything linking Tyler to this so-called assassination goes straight through Lance. If he's missing, that connection disappears and the whole case collapses overnight. And since we're on the subject of Lance, let's talk about another strange situation. Apparently, Tyler's grandmother didn't even know he had a trans partner. In fact, she didn't even know Tyler was gay.
What's up, you guys? I just spent about an hour talking to Debbie, Tyler Robinson's grandmother. She said she wanted to set the record straight on some of the stories that came out. One, she never said that her grandson never fired a gun. What she said is that she didn't think that he would ever do anything like that. As far as she knows, he didn't have a lot of experience hunting, but may have used a gun before. Another thing is that it came to as a surprise to her and the entire family that Tyler Robinson was supposedly gay. As far as she had known, had known, that has never been the case. So she said that was a major surprise to her.
And look, I just don't believe anyone's word in a case like this. But I actually believe this man, because even the authorities avoided mentioning the trans lover in their first press conference.
Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it and showed several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate.
And that's not a small detail. If Lance was really cooperating with investigators, that's the kind of thing they'd announce on day one. The fact that they didn't tells me it was likely concocted when people started asking questions about the motive. Now, I want to wrap up this video by mentioning something important. Diligent Denizen actually managed to get in touch with George Zinn, who, believe it or not, is also under a gag order.
I visited with George Zinn. I didn't tell you all about that.
So
Yes,
I
I
saw
did.
the first post that you posted that had the video.
Yeah, I don't know if I could get in trouble for sharing video from jail, so I decided to play caution and just do a photo of him in jail just to kind of show that I talked to him.
I feel like I got a sneak peek because I caught it before it went down.
And when I looked into it, he is under the gag order. So I can't get in trouble for talking to him, but he could potentially get in trouble for saying certain things.
Let me show you what else he revealed in this interview.
At first, I didn't think he was going to keep talking to me, but he did. He's like, well, we've got 25 minutes. He's like, but I'm not going to talk about my case. And I said, that's fine. I won't talk about your case. I want to address these other rumors, which is why my post is about what it's about, which is, the 9/11 and the Oklahoma City bombing rumors and all of that shit. He said that you know, that none of that's true and that people are making up all kinds of things about him.
Now, here's the thing. I don't think we're ever going to get anything useful out of this guy. Everything about him just screams deep state operative. First, he acts completely unhinged, drawing attention, creating chaos, and pulling focus from the real story.
Shoot me! Shoot me! Was that you? We don't know if it's him or not.
How dare you! 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 He's such a monster! Back up!
Then, out of nowhere, he voluntarily hands over his phone, which is filled with incriminating evidence, straight to the cops. And just like that, he ends up behind bars. To me, that doesn't look like a coincidence. That looks like damage control. And while all of this is coming out, another video of Erica Kirk has started going viral, and you should probably see it. People online are going crazy, speculating on what they're really seeing going on in this clip, but I'll leave that for you to decide for yourself.